Jimmy looking for the Uso splash. Hooks the leg to get the win.
On a tense and emotionally charged episode of SmackDown, Jey Uso finally came face-to-face with his younger brother Solo Sikoa, delivering a confrontation that shook the very foundation of the crumbling bloodline. With tensions boiling over following weeks of betrayal, ambushes, and shifting allegiances, Jey stepped into the spotlight not with blind rage, but with purpose, heartbreak, and fire in his voice. The October 18th episode will be remembered as a pivotal turning point in the Bloodline saga, as two brothers stood on opposite sides of a family war. What followed was raw, real, and completely unforgettable. The return, Jacob Fatu storms into Raw. As the third hour of Raw approached, the arena lights dimmed and a hush swept through the crowd. Without music. Without warning. The camera cut to the backstage area where Jacob Fatu, dressed in all black, stormed into frame like a force of nature. His eyes burned with intensity, jaw clenched, and fists taped tight. The energy shifted immediately. This wasn't a cameo. This was a declaration. Every step he took down the hallway reverberated like thunder. WWE officials tried to slow him down, but he brushed past them with a glare that needed no words. Jacob was here with one purpose, and nothing, no security guard, no production assistant, was going to stop him. The confrontation, a silent plea, a spoken demand. Moments later, cameras captured the encounter fans didn't expect but desperately wanted, Jacob Fatu coming face to face with Jey Uso in a quiet backstage corner. Jey, caught off guard and still in ring gear after his earlier match, turned around as Fatu's looming frame approached. What followed was a mixture of brotherhood, fury, and desperation. Jacob didn't come swinging. He came searching, for loyalty, for understanding, for unity. His voice, gravelly and urgent, cut through the tension. I didn't come here for a fight, Us. I came for help. Look at what Solo did. He turned on me. He turned on all of us. You know what that means. Jey's eyes dropped. The conflict in his heart was visible, torn between staying free from the bloodline's toxic shadow and answering the call of family in crisis. The moment lingered as the camera zoomed in on their expressions, Jacob's filled with anguish masked as anger, and Jey's locked in a silent storm of doubt. Family fractured, the fallout of Solo Sikoa's rise. Solo Sikoa's violent coup within the bloodline has already sent ripples across both brands. His calculated betrayal of Jacob Fatu, an ambush that left Fatu bruised and sidelined, was not just a grab for power, but a message: the old bloodline is dead, and Solo intends to rebuild it in his own image. But Jacob isn't ready to let that happen. His plea to Jey wasn't just a personal request, it was a summons to war. Fatu knows that Solo's ambitions will not stop until everyone is crushed under his boot. Roman Reigns is gone. Jimmy Uso is injured. That leaves Jey, the man who once stood at the heart of the bloodline, as the only remaining piece that can shift the balance. The WWE Universe reacts, a moment that changed the game. The WWE Universe erupted online as the segment aired. Within minutes, hashtags like #JacobFatu, #JeyUso, and #Bloodline Civil War began trending. Fan reactions ranged from shock to excitement to heartfelt speculation. Could Jey Uso truly walk away from a family member in need? Or is this the moment he steps back into the fight, not to serve Roman Reigns or Solo Sikoa, but to protect what remains of his family's honor? Backstage reports later revealed that the moment between Jacob and Jey wasn't heavily scripted, allowing both superstars to rely on instinct and real emotion. The rawness came through clearly, making it one of the most compelling non-wrestling segments of the night. Character study: 2 paths, 1 bloodline. Jacob Fatu brings a ferocity to the bloodline story that few others can match. He is not political like Roman, nor silent like Solo. He is raw chaos with a beating heart. His demand wasn't about power, it was about survival. Jey Uso, by contrast, has spent the last year trying to escape the emotional wreckage of the bloodline. He's danced between guilt, independence, and rage. But now he stands at a crossroads. Does he re-enter the war he walked away from, or let his cousin fight alone? This is more than family. This is a crisis of identity. What does it mean to be in USO when the family is falling apart? Looking ahead, is a tag team collision brewing? Rumors are already circulating that Jacob Fatu and Jey Uso could be heading toward a massive tag team showdown against Solo Sikoa and a new ally, potentially Zilla Fatu or another dark horse from the Anoa'i I lineage. WWE Creative appears to be building toward Bloodline Civil War, Chapter 2, with alliances constantly shifting. If Jey answers Jacob's call, expect an emotional build-up in the coming weeks. One fueled by history, betrayal, and the high stakes of generational pride. A cry for help that echoes across eras. Jacob Fatu's appearance on Raw wasn't just another backstage segment. It was a catalyst, a heartbeat of emotion pounding beneath the action. In demanding help from Jey Uso, Fatu reminded everyone watching that behind the championships, betrayals, and grand entrances, there are men carrying centuries of pride and pain. Whether Jey answers the call or not, one truth now echoes through the halls of WWE: the bloodline is broken. But war is coming, and blood always answers blood.